walking when we couldn't see the light. Every empty pocket moment, every doubt and every fear, every voice that said we never make it standing here. But the strongest steel is forged beneath the hottest burning sun, and the longest roads create the toughest souls among us all. So we gathered up the pieces that the world left in the dust, turned them into something stronger than they ever thought of us. Now the crowd is like an ocean and the stage is set ablaze. Every anthem tells a story from those hard and lonely days, and the echoes of the dreamers who refuse to disappear are alive inside the music that we're shouting in their ears. When the storm is all around us and every bridge begins to shake, we find the strength within each other and give the night another name. Wild hearts never break, even when the mountains fall, even when the cold wind shakes every shadow on the wall. Wild hearts never break, we were built to stand the pain, through the fire and the rain, through the loss and through the ache. Wild hearts never break, no matter what the world may take. The dream remains, the spirit wakes. Wild hearts never break. The sky is electric, the stars are alive. 1,000 forgotten believers arise. The sound of rebellion, the roar of the free, a choir of outcasts becoming the sea. No kings and no masters, no chains on our souls, just hearts full of thunder and impossible goals. The night keeps on calling, the wheels keep on turning. Inside every setback, another fire is burning. There was a time when we were standing at the edge of giving in, looking down into the valley where so many dreams had been. The weight of every failure tried to pull us to the ground, but something deep inside us refused to let us drown. Maybe it was all the promises we made beneath the stars. Maybe it was every mile that brought us this far. Maybe it was knowing that the story wasn't done, that every ending hides the chance for something yet to come. So we rose above the ashes, we refused to disappear, found a voice inside the silence, louder than our fear. And now the night belongs to everyone who still believes, to every soul still fighting for the life they want to lead. The road is never easy, the climb is never straight, but every dream worth chasing is worth the chance we take. Wild hearts never break, even when the mountains fall, even when the cold wind shakes every shadow on the wall. Wild hearts never break, we were built to stand the pain, through the fire and the rain, through the loss and through the ache. Wild hearts never break, no matter what the world may take. The dream remains, the spirit wakes. Wild hearts never break. Raise your hands to the sky tonight, let the darkness know we're still alive. Every scar is proof we survived, every heartbeat keeps the dream alive. Raise your voice like a battle cry, like a flame that will never die, like a storm rolling through the night, like a soul that was born to fly. They can steal the crown, they can burn it down, they can try to silence every sound, but they can't erase the fire we found. They can shut the door, start 1,000 wars, try to break the spirit at our core, but we've always come back stronger than before. broken valley. Shadows crawl where the cold wind cries. Dust and bones beneath the fading moonlight. Secrets buried where the truth still lies. I hear whispers from a distant sorrow, calling out through the pouring rain. Every scar that I tried to leave behind me rises up and speaks my name. The silence breaks, the darkness breathes, the past refuses to be set free. Echoes from the grave, calling through the fire. Voices of the lost, taking me higher. Echoes from the grave, rattling these chains. No matter where I run, they're flowing through my veins. Echoes from the grave, they never fade away. Living in the shadows of every yesterday. Broken crosses line the road behind me, like memories carved in stone. Every promise that was left unanswered still survives, though it's long gone. Thunder rolls across the empty skyline, like a warning from another time. And I swear I see the ghost still standing, waiting at the edge of the light. The silence breaks, the darkness breathes, the past refuses to release me. Echoes from the grave, calling through the fire. Voices of the lost, taking me higher. Echoes from the grave, rattling these chains. No matter where I run, they're flowing through my veins. Echoes from the grave, they never fade away. Living in the shadows of every yesterday. I won't surrender, I won't disappear. I face the demons, I've conquered fear. The walls are falling, the sky is torn apart, but the strongest battlefield lives inside the heart. Every ghost that haunts me, every wound I hide, built the man that's standing here, refusing to The cemetery gates swing open slowly as the storm consumes the night. But I walk through the ruins unbroken, with rebellion in my eyes. Every phantom that once tried to own me, every nightmare that remained, now becomes the fuel inside the engine of the fire I became. The silence breaks, the darkness breathes, the past night grows quiet, the storm has passed away, but the echoes from the grave will forever stay. Not to drag me under, not to make me fall, but to remind me I survived it all. The echoes remain, the echoes remain, the echoes remain from the grave. Midnight thunder on a broken road, black clouds hanging where the never made of steel. They're forged by what they choose to feel. Every tear that fell became a spark. Every spark illuminated dark. Every lesson written in defeat became the rhythm underneath my feet. Now I walk with purpose in my stride. Nothing left for me to run and hide, because the fire that once seemed so small has become the force that conquers all. Hear the thunder rolling, hear the engines start to roar. The person that I am becoming can't be stopped anymore. There's a fire inside these veins, burning hotter than the pouring rain. Like a lightning strike across the sky, refusing never. Midnight burns on a broken highway, white lines fading beneath the wheels. Dust and thunder chasing shadows, 1,000 scars that never healed. The city lights are far behind us, ghosts are dancing in the rearview glass. Every mile another memory, every promise buried in the past. We were born beneath dark skies of fire, raised by storms that never showed control. The world kept trying to bend and break us, but steel and hunger forged our souls. No destination on the horizon, no silver crown, no easy throne. Just the sound of engines roaring and hearts that learn to stand alone. We don't need permission, we don't need a guiding hand. We're the last believers, still fighting for this land. We are the kings of the lonely road, carrying dreams no one else could hold. Through the wind and the rain and the bitter cold, we never surrendered, we never sold. We are the kings of the lonely road, with rebel hearts and nerves of gold. When the world turns dark and the story's told, we'll still be standing, proud and bold. Kings of the lonely road. Every town has another stranger, every bar has another song. Every face hides a silent battle, every soul tries to carry on. We met saints and sinners together, watched angels fall from neon skies, learned the truth behind the laughter, saw broken dreams behind bright eyes. Some were chasing endless fortune, some were running from their pain. Some got lost inside the darkness, some kept dancing through the rain. But every night beneath the moonlight, when silence filled the empty air, the road kept calling like a heartbeat, reminding us it became too much to bear. When the future looked like ashes and hope dissolved into the air, the voices whispered from the darkness, telling us we'd reach the end, saying every fight was worthless, every wound too deep to mend. But thunder lives inside survivors, lightning flows through battered veins, and the strongest hearts are often forged inside the deepest kinds of pain. So we rose above the wreckage with nothing left except belief, turning heartbreak into power, turning sorrow into relief. The fire keeps burning, the wheels keep turning fast. We're writing new beginnings on the pages of the past. We are the kings of the lonely road, carrying dreams no one else could hold. Through the wind and the rain and the bitter cold, we never surrendered, we never sold. We are the kings of the lonely road, with rebel hearts and nerves of gold. When the world turns dark and the story's told, we'll still be standing, proud and bold. Kings of the lonely road. The night explodes with electric fire, streams scream like a battle cry, echoes rising from forgotten places, reaching for the endless sky. Every note tells a story of survival, every bend recalls a scar, every chord becomes a testament to who we are. The mountains shake beneath the volume, the heavens tremble from the sound, and for a moment every lost soul feels their feet leave the ground. No words are needed in this moment, no explanations, no disguise, just six strings speaking the language of the dreamers who survive. Years will pass like distant thunder, time will carve its mark in stone. Friends may leave and seasons change us, but we'll never walk alone. The road becomes more than a journey, more than miles beneath the ties. It's a brotherhood of believers, built from hope and fueled by fire. No destination on the horizon, no silver crown, no easy throne, just the sound of engines roaring and hearts that learn to stand alone. We don't need permission, we don't need a guide. Scream my name. shoulders heavier than before, like dragging chains across a battlefield of war. I see your face